Lordy, lordy, lordy. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sierra girl. Hey, Jay. Good evening. Hey, Jaleesa. Hey, Dee. Hey, Sade. Not my favorite person, girl. Oh my God. Sierra said, OMG, I love your lives. Thank you, girl. Hey, Laura. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Ang. Hey, KC. Hey, Dreamy. Hey, Brittany. Bree, Alexis, Cynthia, Tabitha, Your Girl Reese, Casey Gray, Bricasso, Jocelyn, Courtney. Courtney said, how do I book with you? Girl, go to the link in my bio. Library Mouse, Nini, hey girl, Olivia, Juicy. I try to do my Whitney all the time, girl. Coco, Rena, hey girl. Ayance says, I saw you live and said, let me jump on. You better jump on and jump off, girl. Jump in, jump out, turn yourself about. Yes. Alexa said, OMG, perfect timing. Sandy said, I was just thinking about you. Girl, what were you thinking about? Hey, Jackie, girl. Hey, Lotus, honey. What's tea? What's tea, ladies? What's tea? Hey, Changing Beautifully. Hey, Lee. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Chrissy, girl. Hey, User25. Brandy said, I knew you was doing Whitney. Somebody's got to do her, girl. We got to conjure up her spirit, girl, because none of these girls singing like she used to, honey, and I'm missing her, girl. They try to bring Ariana Grande up in here. No, girl, she not doing it the way Whitney did it, honey. Hey, Raven. Hey, MSG. She said, I'm ready for some good advice. I'm ready to give you the tea. No chaser, honey. Dee said, I joined a social club today. Golf and tennis. I know that's right, girl. She said, girl, you better join pickleball too, girl. She said she wants old and white. I know that's right, bitch. No shade. All tea, honey. All tea. Bad Blair said, how bad that I reach out to an ex to make peace and then nothing more. Not bad, girl, but you got to get closure with yourself, honey. Charlie Nee said, what's tea is that these men cannot converse. No, they can't, girl. No, they can't. That's why, like, I don't want y'all to trip because these guys don't know how to have a conversation. Sometimes it's like having a conversation with a 5-year-old, right? And that's okay. But we don't, if it gives that, girl, we just step away so we can have adult conversations. Someone said, is using eHarmony a good idea? Yeah, girl, if you like feeling like if you stepping right into a white church, girl, that's what eHarmony gives. Yeah, y'all are talking the same language, but are you really talking the same language? Yeah. I know I feel really uncomfortable. Girl, you don't know what kind of coming together it is. You don't know if it's a rally or what, honey. Ayansi said, I met someone in jail on eHarmony. Don't recommend. Yes, honey. Physical or moral jail. No shade. No shade. Chris Tech said, hey, Fairy Godbro. Hey, girl. Good to see y'all. What's tea? What's the tea, honey? Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Anwar White. I'm a dating coach for Black and brown women. They call me the Fairy Godbrother. So I'm here to answer your questions about love, dating, relationships, and men or women. We're all inclusive here, or anything in between. Girls, 2024. We don't know how many genders there are these days. Girl, no shade. So whatever you're into, I'm into it too. Yeah, I'm every woman. I'm androgynous. I am, poly, girl. I'm bi. I'm everything, girl. Yeah. So if you're into it, I'm into it too. Yeah. I just want you to get with whoever treats you the best at the end of the day. Yeah. Family 7OV3 said, my problem is we ain't going steady. We just kicking it. My feelings just don't understand. No, girl, we don't kick anything, girl. We're not soccer players. What is this? SWE? Just kick it? No, we don't do that. You're chasing waterfalls like TLC, girl. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it, girl. You're chasing waterfalls, you're going to drown. All right, let me see what the girls are talking about. Storm said, "We love you, and more." Thank you, girl. I love the love. You know, we all need it every now and then. So I appreciate it. Shada said, "Oh, your name looks like an Arabic name." It is. It means brightness. She's bright. Skin is a little bit bright too, honey. She's been working on it. She's got her snow mucin, honey. That rose water. Hey, I love Chipper. Hey, Queen L. Gian Darlene said, "Hey, I'm ready for this." I know that's right, girl. I'm ready for it too. Gosh. Tia said I had to switch from IG to TikTok. Well, girl, there's 10 times as many people on here than on IG, so I have to give 90% of my attention to TikTok, unfortunately. Not unfortunate, unfortunate for the IG girls. Sorry about it, honey, but, you know, I got to allocate accordingly. Equity tea. Yeah? Not equality. Okay, let me see what the tea is. Thank you, Inquisitively Med, for the rose. Let me see. What are the questions, honey? Mom Slap said, "I love pickleball." Hey, heard you're a CMU grad. Me too. Who told you? Who told you my business, honey? Who told you my business? Y'all better stop it. Jim said, "I love you." Thank you so much. And thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate being able to come together and just, you know, spill a little bit of tea. Put your questions in the chat. I will answer them in the order that I see them because I want y'all to win when it comes to dating and relationships and love at the end of the day. And if you feel like, oh my God, I want to work with him, definitely go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call and we'll see if it's a good fit or not. That's that. Yeah. Chrissy said, "We're doing pretty good. I'm getting a third date finally with a guy." I love that for you. Now, girl, you've been following me for a while, Chrissy, and you know what I say about third dates. You want to get it. If he's paid for every date, you want to get him a small gift. That's like $20, $25. Real thoughtful tea, girl. And I'm giving you this tea. I only give this to my clients, but Chrissy, you've been following me for a while, so I want to give you this tea because I want you to win, honey. Real thoughtful, based on his passions, based on his hobbies, based on an inside joke, right? You did this, girl. See your palm? He's going to be eating out of it. No shade, girl. Yeah? So let me know if you need any help brainstorming because I'm really good at getting guys gifts. I do it literally every other day in my program. Miss Ann said, "An ex found me after 10 years. Why?" Well, our responsibility is not to figure out the why. You will literally go crazy trying to figure out the why with guys. So I just want to, if you have why questions, don't ask them here, right? Our job's not to figure out the why. Our job is to figure out how we feel and honor that. Yeah? That's what this is about. When people come at you from a long time ago, it means that their love life isn't working. And they're trying to rekindle something that they thought was there. Yeah? You never want to kind of really get into that. Probability of that working is like 1%. Lee said, "I love your dating tips. It changed my outlook." Good. That makes me happy. Yeah. Queen L, how are you, girl? Amber Waves, thank you so much for the finger heart, girl. Inquisitively Med said, "Any thoughts on Facebook dating?" I think Facebook dating is okay for people that are 50 plus. It's not something that I would recommend for most individuals, though. Yeah. But again, you've heard me say this all Q1 of this year. We cannot be staying online, ladies. You're going to need to touch grass. You're going to need to go outside. You're going to have to... Girl, if you went outside for the eclipse, go outside for your dating life. Please. You hear me? Yeah. Uh-oh. Haley said, "White church, yuck." Oh, girl, not yuck. Jim said, "Love your videos, girl. I'm so loving you." Thank you so much. Okay, what's tea, honey? What are the questions that we're having? You Wilbur said, "Tips for not receiving matches on Hinge." Girl, get off of Hinge. Hinge is unhinged. If you are a person of color, girl, Hinge is not going to give you what you need. Trust me on that. Now, in the pandemic, it was giving everything. All of my clients got their people from Hinge in 2020 and 2021. After that, girl, Hinge has gone downhill really fast. especially if you're a woman of color. I always feel like if I were a black woman, I would not even download the app. It gives me, in like fifth and sixth grade when you had a crush on that white boy, but like he was mean and racist. Like that's what Hinge gives me, and I don't like it. But maybe I'm telling my business. EC Lynn said, "Been missing you." I know. I took my family to New York this past weekend. My best friend was having a birthday, so I celebrated with her. And then my kid got sick, so Saturday and Sunday were kind of out of the picture. I wasn't even there for many of my clients, unfortunately. So I'm finally kind of coming back. But thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate that. Riri Bo said, "OMG, I finally caught your lives." Thank you, girl. And thank y'all so much for all the likes. If there's anything that resonates with you as I continue to answer these questions, please tap, double tap, triple tap the screen, honey, so that we can work these likes up, honey. That's what I'm all about. Nicole said, "I love it, Fairy Godbrother." I love it, honey. Rose said, "How are people on dating apps in jail?" Girl, you know that they have access to computers, right? And you know that like half these mofos have cell phones in there, girl. Haven't you ever watched the show Oz or Orange is the New Black, honey? Girl, even on TikTok, sometimes there are prisoners that are like literally getting money from people. Yeah? And you know, like they have websites and apps where you can get and connect with people that are in jail. If you're a girl who does that, you have to step out of the dating game. Yeah? Please understand this. Okay, Marley Baby said, "Got out of a relationship in December, trying to get back to dating, but it's been tough getting out." Well, it's warming up now, honey. So I want you to focus on what are the things that bring you joy and start leaning into those things and getting out once or twice a week, right? And when you go out, here's the gag. A lot of y'all are going out, but you're not talking to anybody. So your job is every time you go out, just talk to one person, say hi. And hopefully it's a guy, girl, or a woman, girl. I don't care what you get into, girl. But I just want you having conversations. Like I said in a recent video, men are not approaching you anymore. The approach rate is a third of what it used to be. So it means that you're going to have to start conversations if you want to have interactions. If you don't feel like doing that, keep on doing what you're doing. But I want you to know that these men are thirsty for conversation. Now, am I saying walk across a room and talk to a guy? No. But if he's next to you, have a conversation. See what comes of it. Just start it. You don't have to drive it. Okay? Let's see what IG. Okay, Aura said, "Hello, I'm starting a long distance relationship and the guy wants to meet me. How can I know if he is a provider? We are the same age." Well, he needs to come to you. And you need to let him know that. And one of the things about long distance relationships that I say is like he has to come to see you within the first 4 to 6 weeks if he's really serious. If he's not, then he's a pen pal. And pen pals were really cute in third grade. They're not cute now. So that's what I would say about that. I have clients who there are men that are flying from Florida to New York for a first date within 2 to 3 weeks. So for those women that are thinking, "Oh my God, I don't think a guy would ever do that for me," I literally see it every week. So it's very possible. But you have to set a boundary and you have to share with him. Actually, I would feel more comfortable if you came to me. A lot of women were like, "Oh, I'll just come to him. He'll buy the ticket and everything." That's excess time. That's labor on your end that you should not be doing. You are setting a precedent here. And because for the guys that try to fly you out, please understand that you're on his turf when that happens, right? And you're going to be out of sorts a little bit because it's not your city. So you might not know how to get around, right? You want to be in your home base just in case things go left. And he needs to stay in a hotel room. And you should have 2 to 3 dates a day and see how things go. If things don't work out, you home, you chillin'. And you go from there. Don't go to somebody else's home turf, girl. It's like, in high school, like you would go to like an opposing team's field or basketball court and it was like home court advantage, you want to have the home court advantage. You hear me? It's important, especially as a woman, because you want to feel safe in your interactions. And you don't want to have that passive pressure that happens when a man pays for you. Yeah. Okay. Megha said, thoughts on sprinkle sprinkle. Well, Shara Seven and I think we're aligned in like 80% of what we do. I think that she's more focused on transactional relationships. I am more focused on like more like deeper, intimate relationships, right? Where there are emotions involved. So depending on where you are in your journey, that might be where you're at. I'm not about the transactions. But I am about, and where we do align is that a man has to invest in you, not just financially, in my opinion, but also emotionally and intellectually, right? So, Baby Pope Jr. said, what ages do your clients range from? I generally work with clients that are between the ages of 26 and 56, but my core is 30 and 40-year-olds. CJ said, how to reach back out to a situation that I'm missing. He double texted several messages. I don't understand the question. Mishi's World said, I'm a tan woman, but love your advice. My advice is for everyone. I specifically work with women of color, and a lot of the work that we do is really, centered in that culture, right? Because it's a different lived experience. And I want to honor that because oftentimes that's not honored or centered. Sarah said, are there any good dating apps? Yes. The best dating app in 2024 is you. You're the best dating app. You need to go and meet people outdoors. I think that the first half of 2024, like my whole program has pivoted this year just based on where the apps are right now. I don't know if many of you saw, but even like there have been women that have been changing their race from black to something other, white or Asian on Hinge, and they've been getting different and higher quality matches. These apps are not for you right now. And what's happening is that they're getting called out right now. So they're doing a lot of shifting right now. And I think that they're going to course correct closer to the summer and Q3. Okay? Tabitha said, should cheating be overlooked if a man is a good provider and treats me well otherwise? I don't think so. Because cheating, for me, men will cheat because they don't feel happy with themselves or their life, right? And oftentimes cheating is like the first step. The second step is emotional and or physical abuse. And I don't want that for you, right? His cheating is based on the fact that he feels disempowered and he feels inadequate. And so when he feels that way, he's going to start to take it out on you. And cheating is the first step of passively taking it out on you. Lisa Renee said, thoughts on dating exclusively but not in a relationship. I don't do exclusively. And I don't think you should either. It's half-ass shit. I don't know how else to say it. If a guy isn't ready to commit to you within 2 to 3 months, full-on commitment, then he shouldn't be with you. Yeah? I think a lot of guys cop out because they're not ready for commitment. And I think that you deserve more than that. I get at least 2 to 3 women into relationships every week, and one of the things that I see is that these guys know. They know within 1 to 2 months if they want to be with you. And they're not afraid to be committed. That's when you know it's your guy. When he says, oh, I just want to be exclusive with you. When you hear that, I want you to understand and believe that he's still making you audition for the girlfriend role. A lot of girls think, oh my God, we're exclusive. That's great. It's not it, girl. You still don't have the job. right? It's like, like when they say, okay, girl, you got the job, but you're on a 3-month trial basis. And they don't give you any insurance or nothing until you get through those 3 months. That's what exclusivity means. Don't do it. Get another job. Get another man who's going to give you not just the benefits on day one, but also going to give you the signing bonus. You hear me? Kahoku, thank you so much for the love you. To Shayla, thank you so much for the heart me. Tiffany Marie said, what about men who say they want a woman to build with but have nothing? We don't build with men. Do you see these hands, honey? These are computer hands. These are not construction hands. These are not blue collar. These are white collar. This is white blouse, actually, right? We don't build with men. So if a man wants to build with you, he's not your man. We get with men that are already built. If you want to, it's like buying a house without windows or a roof or a door. Why would you buy real estate that is not done and think that you're going to be protected and safe in a house that has nothing to protect you? No. When a man says that he wants to build with you, I want you to take it as an insult. And I want you to step away. And you get to let him know, why don't you take some time to build for yourself? And once you've built something, let's have another conversation. You get to say that. Yeah? Nox Solo said, been following your advice and they are working. Girl, I know. I've been doing this for 14 years. It better freaking work. You know what I'm saying? These girls always come to me like, oh, I can't believe it's working. That's why I get people into relationships every week, honey. And that's not me building myself up, girl. I'm telling T, honey. Oh my God, the girls said they're changing their race on Hinge now. Girl, it's not gonna, girl, Hinge is still unhinged. It's unhinged for the white girls too. Don't give white face on Hinge, honey. Don't give white profile on Hinge. It's not worth it. Yeah. Alejandra said I think you meant cross-country dating. Yay or nay? Girl, date everybody. Girl, there's technology. You get to FaceTime, girl. There's flights, girl. Date everybody. That's what I did, honey. I was in California, girl, and I would have one profile in my home city, and another profile in different places, girl. One week I was in Barcelona, another week I was in Berlin, another week I was in Montreal. No shade, bitch, but now I'm in Montreal, married with 3 kids. Do it, girl. You never know. That's why there's a show called 90 Day Fiancé. Let technology work for you. Your person might not be in your city, and that's okay. Okay? Tigna said, how do you feel about dating younger men? Well, most of my clients are dating men that are 3 to 6 years younger than they are. I actually think it's a great formula, especially for women of color. So I would say lean into that shit, girl. I think many women have been programmed to be like, oh, he has to be older than me. A lot of these older guys are like stuck in their ways, girl. It's giving mean and surly. Get out. Stop dating the older guys. Vanessa said, what do I say when approaching a man in person? We don't approach. He has to be in your vicinity. We just start a conversation. I mean, you can say a variety of things. You can give him a compliment. You can ask him for help. You can ask him for a recommendation. Right? I love that jacket. Where'd you get it from? Or, oh my God, can you get me a glass of water? I am parched. Or, I never come here. What do you usually order? Whatever feels most comfortable for you, do it. Dolores said, what are your thoughts on dating? I think that speed dating is great practice. I think you should have no expectations when it comes to speed dating. And I think most of the time you're probably going to find other women. That should be your intention. Let's find other women that I can go out with, um, you know, to go on to the hunt and to meet guys. Because probability is you're going to meet more women than men. That's been the experience of my clients, and that's helped them find like girls to go out with to do their hunting. User 628 said, thank you. You are amazing. You're welcome. Just Call Me Honey said, is the bad wig theory true for black women to attract white men? It's not about the wig. It's really about the whole package. Yeah, I just think that people see the wig because everyone is obsessed with hair, even myself, even though I don't have any, honey. Yeah, you'll realize that people that have different kinds of wigs, I'll be diplomatic about it, also have different kinds of makeup and have different kinds of fashion. And when it comes to attracting not just white men, but any men, especially wealthy men, wealthy white men will be attracted to that because the normal shit bores them. Yeah? You are going to have to be fascinating, right? And when you have the interesting wig and makeup and fashion, he's going to look at you and he's going to be like, that's someone that's interesting. That is someone that is entertaining, and I want to learn more about that person. That's why they approach and talk to bad wigs. Also, please realize, like, no shade, but like when you look a mess and you're out and about, that is when people will approach you the most, because the probability of rejection in their mind goes down lower. If you're dressed to the nines, you will rarely get approached. Yeah, so that's part of what's happening with the quote unquote bad wig theory as well. Henny said, been on 4 dates, he barely texts me and doesn't call. The texts are not great. What does it mean? It means that if you were to be in a relationship with him, it's going to be miserable, because you have to understand that being in a relationship means that you're not going to be with your partner 80 to 90% of the time. So if he doesn't text you, if he doesn't call you, then the BDB, the between date behavior, is going to be horrible and you're going to be miserable. Right? Since you've been on 4 dates, this is the opportunity for you to just say, hey, this is what I would like to see more of. And then you're in observation mode for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And if it doesn't improve, we have to let him go. VPS said, how can we work with you? Go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call. Yeah? And we'll see if it's a fit now. And if it's not, that's fine too. But book a consultation call if you're ready to work with a professional dating coach. Yeah? Don't do it if you want to just have a free session, because your application will be denied. Jocelyn said, any tips for black women at PWI colleges? Yes. Couple of things. Study abroad, preferably in Europe. And when you're abroad in Europe, have 5 boyfriends, become fluent in that language. That will help you a lot. Also, engage in other clubs besides the black club. It starts to become incestuous, and actually, like, you want to expand your horizons, right? So that's one of the things that I always tell black women. So girl, if you into Christianity, girl, be in that Christian club. Yeah? If you like anime, girl, get into that anime club, honey. No shade. I want it to be interest-based more than anything else. Okay? I want you to think of dating in this arena in the same way that you think about your classes. I'll try this guy out for a semester and see what happens. Think of it as training. Think of it as knowledge acquisition. Don't be serious about it. Because the probability that you will be with the person that you met in college is so low. It's kind of like that first job that you get out of college. 99% sure that you won't be in that same job 3 years from now. Lisa said, have you gotten any Atlanta clients into a relationship? I have. It just takes a little bit longer. It takes anywhere from around 12 months, which is almost double what it takes in other places. If you're in California, in my program, it's gonna take a year to find your person. If you're in Texas, it's gonna take a year on average. If you're in Atlanta, it's gonna take a year. If you're in Florida, it's gonna take a year, which is almost twice as long as other parts of the country. Okay. Mel said, what if they want to be exclusive after date 3? Inappropriate. He doesn't know you enough to want to be exclusive. And again, we are working toward commitment and not exclusivity. Jasmine6572, thank you so much for the rose. Nah, thank you so much for the rose. Kari, thank you so much for the 7 roses. Brian, thank you so much for the rose. Yeah. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Forever and always, Kiki said, do you have a video on what to ask on dating apps? I don't, because it doesn't matter. Talk to these guys the same way that you're talking to your friends and family. I think a lot of people think, oh my God, if I ask the right questions, then I'm going to protect myself. Girl, these men will lie in your face. It doesn't matter what questions you ask, right? Just like, you know how like some people will have stories all made up while they're interviewing for a job? They'll have a story for why they have a gap in their employment history for 6 months. That's how they do in these first, interactions. So I don't really put a lot of stock into what these guys are saying. I'm in observation mode of what they're doing, and I want you to be the same way. I want you to be very, observant, not just of what they're saying and doing, but I want you to be observant about how you're feeling when you're interacting with them. That's why, you're never going to hear me talk about red flags or green flags. Shit doesn't matter. When you're talking about those flags, you're focused on what's happening outside of you. And my job as a dating coach is to help my clients access not just their feelings, but their intuition. Because please understand, your intuition will never lead you astray. Your mind will. This is why I work a lot with high achieving and smart, successful women, because oftentimes they're leading with their mind and their thoughts are keeping them stuck in dating, right? Because you'll use your mind to justify certain behaviors or conceptualize or excuse certain behaviors. Well, maybe he's doing that, or maybe he's doing this. Or you will, what I call, some people say overthink, I say underfeel, right? And, confuse yourself. And when in that moment of confusion, you start to go with the flow because you don't know what the hell's going on because you haven't accessed what you're feeling deep inside. Dulcie, thank you so much for the rose. Lambo Bunny said, any advice if I have acne? Well, girl, I still have it. So I'm not the person to be giving you advice. Honey, go on TikTok. All I know is that the rose water has been giving me what I need. My snail mucin has been giving me what I need. Tretinoin has been giving me what I need, honey. And a good moisturizer. Meg has said, how do you make him invest in you? You can't make a man do anything. That's the thing, right? And the fact that you're asking this question, and by the way, I think a lot of women kind of think this way, means that we're dating in a way that's not going to fully serve you. If he's not doing this from the get-go, then he doesn't have the skills that it takes to be your partner. And your job is just to step away. Your job is not to make anyone do anything, because if you're making people do things for you, at some point they'll resent you. And at some point, when you stop making them do things, they won't do it. And then you're asked out, right? Jackie said, I just started online dating for the first time. Any advice? Have fun, girl. Don't take it personally. Think about it as gambling. Think about it as Vegas, and you win some, you lose some, but most of the time you're going to lose, girl. No shade. Don't take it personally, though, because that's part of the dating game. Angie on site said, thoughts on holding back a little with sex, bedroom activities as a girlfriend before you get the ring. That's a personal choice. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your body. I'm a dude, right? You have agency over your own body, and you get to do what you want. Now, if it's values, I will tell you as a dating coach, if it's values-based, great. If this is manipulation to get a ring, it will not work. It will not work, because he'll just go and find someone else to have sex with. And now you with the guy who's cheating on the low. And if it didn't start that way, to change up the game midway through, it's going to be confusing and you're going to lose credibility. Right? Let me see what else is going on here. Okay. Poison Ivy said, OMG, Anwar is too smart. Thank you. KX Misha, how to inspire his initiative and leadership qualities to come out again after he started slacking. We can't do that. That doesn't work. It means that he doesn't have the consistency and dependability to be a great partner. When he slacks, he's out. Here's the thing. There are no PIP programs in dating. We're not going to train him back up to the worker that he is supposed to be. When he slacks, he's out. He's fired. Just like in consulting, they always, like, literally every year they fire the lowest 20%. So you need to do the same. Do you hear me? Laura said, what do you do when they say they need space? Girl, you give it to them. Girl, when they say space, I want you to create so much space that they're in space. You hear me? What it means, respectfully speaking, is they don't want to be with you anymore. And you need to find other people. You need to talk to other people. When they say that, just say, no problem. Thanks for letting me know. Best of luck. And then get on these apps, go outside, and have 2 to 3 dates that week. Yeah. Nas said he can't take care of me, so we can't be together. I call it BS. Don't call it BS, girl. We're going to need to honor what these men are telling you. He's telling you he cannot provide for you. It doesn't matter whether it's BS or not. He is telling you what he can and cannot do. Honor that. Thanks for letting me know, so I can find somebody that can. Yeah? It doesn't matter whether he has the ability to or whether he doesn't want to. The result is the same. Brianna said, what if I want to date, but I'm still working through my own insecurities and pursuing my goals? Girl, do it both at the same time. Please understand. That's why In my programs, we do the deeper work and we date at the same time, because dating will bring up all of your triggers, and that gives you an opportunity to actually address them and heal them, right? A lot of women think, oh my God, I got to get my shit together before I can date. No, you kind of have to get half your shit together. And the other quarter of your shit, you'll get together while you're dating, and the last quarter, you'll get together while you're in a relationship. Okay? Coco Renee said, I love how you reflip it back to us. It's our responsibility to get the experience we desire. I say that because I want you all to understand that you have so much power in your own love lives. And sometimes we don't know that. And your power comes from your boundaries. Many people, especially if you're a woman of color, we don't grow up with boundaries, we as people of color. And so it's really hard to really establish them in our more intimate relationships. Yeah, so that's why I say that. Okay. Adriana says, I want a Christian man. Okay, no problem, girl. You probably want to volunteer. Yeah? People think, oh my God, I just need to go to church to get a Christian man. A lot of those men, and you know it too, they're not it. A lot of those guys are actually very condescending, know-it-alls, have toxic masculine traits that actually are there to disempower you. And if you are someone who is smart, has an opinion, they will want to put you in a box. So if you want a Christian man, I want that for you. But I actually want a man that treats you really well. And oftentimes that's not a Christian man. It's crazy, but sometimes it's true. And a lot of these Christian men are actually quite sheltered, especially if they grew up in the church. And so many of them don't know how to protect you from the secular world. From the sinners, girl, from the sinners. I grew up in the church, so I think I can talk a little shit about it. Lisa Renee says, should I listen to his words or his actions? They are conflicting. Actions over words, for sure. Girl, I could tell you I'm straight today. I'm straight, girl. I'm straight. Those are words. It doesn't mean anything. Words mean nothing. Nada, Prada. Rainy Wilson, thank you so much for the rose. Keisha Nicole said, we connected on Facebook. He messages and calls me there often, but hasn't asked me out. I think that y'all need to move this to a text conversation. I think messaging from Facebook gives me scammer vibes. Most of the messages you get from Facebook are coming from scammers anyway. Yeah, so I think it's really interesting that there's been distance from actually exchanging numbers and having one-on-one conversations. When someone is messaging you through a social media app, please understand that you're part of his entertainment. You're a part of the feed, right? So I don't think that he's going to ask you out because you're part of his entertainment. If a guy hasn't asked you out within a week of connecting with you, he's not interested. Springy Spring, thank you so much for the 19 TikToks. I appreciate it. Poison Ivy said, Anwar, are there men who would want to be with a woman who is still working towards a career? Yeah, 100%. I think that there has to be a level of stability, though, as well. So make sure that, yeah, you're working toward it, but you have a plan, and there's stability that's happening right now. Coco Love said, why is it so horrible to date in Vegas? Because there's mostly tourists there. And no shade, but everyone in Vegas are gambling every day with their lives and are wildly unserious. It's the nature of the city. Yeah. Springy Spring, thank you so much for the disco love. If there's anything that I'm saying that is resonating with you, definitely tap, double tap, triple tap this screen, honey. I want you tapping so much that you get an arthritis, carpal tunnel, honey. You hear me? Because I'm really giving you some tea, honey. Yeah? Spring, thank you so much for the 3 roses. Someone is asking Shamanthi how to date as an avoidant. Stop being avoidant. If you are emotionally unavailable or emotionally avoidant, you will only attract emotionally avoidant men. Because you're not emotionally available, you won't require him to be. So those guys will be attracted to you because they don't have to go deep. Yeah. So I wouldn't date until you are learning how to become more vulnerable from a feeling perspective. And that's one of the things that we do in my program. Love said, can you explain the feet pointing? Yes, if a man's feet is pointing toward you, it means that he's interested. It's body language. Yeah? It's one of the ways that I knew, like, the straight men that were really interested in me or not. Or the straight men that were interested in me or not. Just look at their feet and then I knew that I had them. That's why, and this is why I want you to look at it while you're out and about so that you don't feel like, oh my God, this guy's going to reject me if I start a conversation with him. If his feet are already pointing towards you, he's already into it. He's going to gag when you start that combo. Yeah? Shelby, thank you so much for the 8 roses, girl. Key said, should you have more than one boyfriend? I think that you should date 3 guys at the same time, casually. I call it Olympic dating. You want a gold medalist, a silver medalist, and a bronze medalist. Yeah? So that when one of them drops off, and they will, you just replace them with another one. Anisha said, your advice is top tier, you never miss. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Shelby said the lowest 20%, I'm weak. Girl, it's true. That's how the consultants give. When a guy is asking for space, you have to ask yourself this question when you're confused. And it is this: would my future husband ever do this? And if the answer is no, then you need to go. Yeah? Your future husband would never ask for space. I get people into relationships every week, and what it looks like is that you have to beat them off with a stick, girl. No, I don't want to hang out with you today. Stop. I can't be hanging out with you every day. It's too much. That's what it looks like. Okay? Thank y'all for the 75,000 likes here on TikTok. I so appreciate it. You're all really tapping, honey. I can see that because we were at 55,000 not too long ago. Sweetie Zizi said, why can't these men call on time? Girl, because they have issues. They're not ready. What is going on? What's going on is that they're not men of their words, and that's why they're single. And that's okay. We just keep it moving. Lil Lean 7, how do I put myself out there again? I'm so scared. I've been single for 14 years. I'm so insecure with my body. I've only ever dated my ex-husband. Here's what I want you to understand. Make sure that you have accurate pictures on your profile you're going to have to get right with your body. You're going to have to own every bit of it, right? And it's interesting, a lot of curvier and plus size women, in my experience, are not taking up as much space as they need to. Like, don't shrink yourself. Whatever space you're giving right now, take all of that and more, right? One of the exercises that I do with some of my clients who are having some, having feelings about their body is, I want you to go into the mirror, and I want you to strip down, and I want you to be thankful and grateful for every part of your body. It's actually a very powerful exercise, right? I'm thankful for my big lips, and explain why you are thankful for them. I'm thankful for my ashy elbows, and say why you're thankful for them, girl, right? I'm thankful for my acne scars because, X, Y, and Z. I'm thankful for my wider nose so that I can breathe like a queen, honey. Right? Whatever it is, be thankful for each and every part of it. There are reasons why your body is the way that it is, and we have to love on it. Because if you're not loving on it, other people won't. Yeah? Energetically, you will teach people how to treat you. And once you love on your body, you will want to protect it even more. Okay? I hope that's helpful. Ordinary Al said, love you, fairy god brother. Thank you for these gems. Love and blessings to you. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. K1 said, are any of these apps looking better in April? Yeah, I mean, they're going to open up a little bit toward the end of March and April. It's kind of like the cherry blossoms that are coming out, but they're still not where they need to be. Yeah? Chris said, how do I get those dates? Men don't approach anymore. You're going to have to talk to them, girl, like I was saying earlier. Malkia said, hey, Amar, I love you for all the advice you give. Thank you, girl. Appreciate it. If y'all are interested in working with me professionally, definitely go to the link in my bio, book a call. I also have a link to my podcast in my bio. You can listen to that if you're resonating with a lot of the things that I'm saying here. It goes much deeper in my podcast, and I have a lot of amazing guests that come on there. I also have links for free trainings and other things, so definitely check out the link in my bio. Shimona said, any new podcast episodes? I'm supposed to be having one tomorrow, but I haven't done it yet, girl. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Balance Bliss said, hello, Elmer. Do you think decentering men can align with wanting to materialize a healthy relationship with one? I think I'm going to do a video about this. If you're a woman of color, in my experience, this work actually isn't about decentering men. I think that's like the surface level. You first have to decenter your parents, specifically your mother, because many of us grow up with mothers that are in their masculine energy, and this is about your relationship with the masculine energy. So you're going to have to learn, and this is what I do in my program, learn how to decenter your parents. You have to do that before you learn how to decenter men. Sophia and Nadia, thank you so much for the balloons. That's Sin, thank you so much for the 4 roses. Rofisana, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Dulcie, thank you so much for the rose. Christy says, how does a man feet pointing at you make him interested? This is body language, right? There are certain, like, expression of language is 80% physical based on body. You can get to know a lot about a person based on how, like what their body is telling you. And the more that you know about that, the more that you can be able to read how people are thinking and feeling about you. Oh my God, look at this Beyonce hat, y'all. Thank you so much. Divas hat, Latrice. I appreciate you. And it's interesting. I think that intuitively I've had to do that, but I've also studied it quite a bit. And I've also studied handwriting. I'm one who loves analyzing people, just because I'm Black and I'm gay. So I've literally had to do that to understand like what spaces have been safe for me. And so I try to share that with the women as they are dating so that you can understand like the intentions of some of these guys. Because like I was saying before, you can't trust their words. They will tell you X, Y, and Z if they're just feeling good in the moment, but it doesn't mean that they mean any of it. They can tell you, oh my God, I'm having such a great time with you, and then never talk to you or call you again. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have a good time with you. It just means like they had a good time with you in the present term, because men are very present-minded, and then they're not thinking about you anymore. Poison Ivy said, what if I moved back in with my parents' house? Would dating be harder? I think so, but not significantly harder. I mean, there are moments where you're going to want to have, more private and intimate time with each other. And, I think it's always important to be able to have that privacy to move the relationship forward. So a lot of my clients, especially my Latina clients, are living with their parents. And so once they get into a relationship and once they're going to move in with their partners, sometimes it's a little bit of a harder transition. So something to think about. Sabrina said, Amor, my boyfriend says he thinks I'm pretty without makeup. I think he just likes me to look dusty. No. Relationship-minded men, like, I did a video about this, about man pretty. Man pretty is not about all the makeups and the nails and everything. It's like simple, basic, like guys that are in a relationship, the hottest thing to them is like some leggings, an oversized t-shirt, and a messy bun. They love that shit, girl. So when he tells you that, believe him and know that he is different than what I call boy pretty. These are little boys who are looking for the BBL, who are looking for the dolled up girls that are, contouring galore, have the, the crazy nail. Like, those are what boys are looking for, right? They want to show off the trophy wives. Relationship-minded men aren't looking for that. They really like regular degular. I always say, boy pretty is like Fashion Nova. Man pretty is like Banana Republic. Or, Lululemon, if it's more cash. Rabbit said he changed countries for a PhD program and needs time to think if he wants to see me again. Out. Your future husband would never do that. To Livia, thank you so much for the rose. 88 Days said, better get some lotion. No, girl, I'm staying ashy. What about it? What about it, girl? Gail Martin Grove said, my ex is still liking all my posts. Does that mean he's still interested? I want him back. No, girl. I just did a video about exes. The reason why your ex is doing that is because he's probably seen you glow up and he wants to take that glow up from you. It doesn't mean he likes you. If he liked you, he would be with you. He's coming back to you and he's doing that because he wants to see if he has access to you. And when someone does that, it means that he hates you. In the video, I say, I also hate watch things. I hate watched Housewives of Atlanta and Housewives of Potomac for these last couple of seasons. Didn't like it, but I still watched it. Hate watched, and just like that. Didn't like it, but I still watched it. Doesn't mean that he's interested. It means that he wants access to you. And it can feel like he still likes you. But please understand, your future person would never be an ex. He would never put himself in that situation. Your job is to separate, to release yourself, to unbond with him. You will never find your person if you're still connected with him. Deva said, how to stop taking rejection as a bad thing. Here's how I think about it. When this happens, well, first of all, 97% of the guys out there are not going to be a match for you. So I think people think that every person has the potential to be a match for you, and that's not the case. And so for the 97% of the time, you're getting disappointed and butthurt, and you think it's a rejection, when really it's like, it's the rules of dating. It's the dating game, girl. Yeah? You're like, it would be the same as playing Monopoly and getting mad that you get in, you only get in $200 to go past go instead of 500. It's the rules of the game, girl. Here's how I think about rejection that I think it will be important for you to reframe. Please understand that your future guy is praying for you to not match with all of these guys. Yeah? Because he wants you. And if you're engaged with these guys, he can't be with you. So every time it's a non-match, you are getting closer to your guy. That's how I think about it. I don't really call it rejection, because it's not that. Most of these guys don't know you enough to reject you. They know 3, 5, 10% of you. Yeah? Maya said, you're so special and more. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. That's Sin. Thank you so much for the 7 roses. City Gal, thank you so much for the rose. Sydney Jade said, hi, just wanted to say hi. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Yeah. City Gal, thank you so much for the rose. Let me see what y'all are talking about now, honey. Springy Spring, thank you so much for the 3 roses. Coco Bean said, I feel like most guys don't care if you got a little stomach. Not guys that are relationship ready. Whatever you think is wrong with your body, girl, these men don't care. They don't care. You got those, girl, you got those tiger stripes right here, girl. They don't care about it. You got some stretchy stretch over here, girl. They don't care about it. They don't. That doesn't prevent them from getting their rocks off. No shade. It doesn't. Some of the girls are like, oh my God, I gotta lose 20, 30 pounds. Girl, in my 600-pound life, they always got a man. No shade. It's not about the weight. And anyway, what do they say in the marriage vows? Through thick and thin. Sometimes you're going to be thick, sometimes you're going to be thin. No shade. Right? They got to love you throughout it all, honey. I want to tell you something. My partner, during the wintertime, he always adds 10 to 15 pounds. In the wintertime, it's an additional 10 or 20 pounds. And then it slowly comes off in the spring and summer, and it continues to do that. Girl, love him through thick and thin. Don't matter to me, honey. So I wanna offer that for the ladies that are like, I don't know, girl. I don't know if I'll find somebody, honey. Girl, that don't matter. It doesn't. Okay? So I don't want to hear any of that anymore. I don't want to hear, oh, just the 20 pounds. No, girl. Heather99 said, I love you, Homer. Thank you, girl. It's true. It's true. I hope y'all know I really don't blow smoke up your butt. I just try to tell T. It really doesn't matter, honey. Poison Ivy said, not gonna lie, I feel like I need to lose a few pounds before I date. No, girl, you don't. That's the tea. You don't. You don't have to lose anything except for the mindset that's not serving you. Yeah? You gotta love that. You gotta love the body. You gotta, every day, you gotta be like, so 15 years ago, my sister would give me so much shit because I'd be in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I'm just like so pretty. I can't even believe it. Like, oh my God, look at me. I'm amazing. Like, I would just talk all this shit to myself because that's what you need to do. Especially when you're about to go out for the day, when you're out in public, girl, you gotta let these hoes know, girl, you're it. You're it. And you have to remind yourself of that. That's what it looks like. Yeah? In the privacy of your own home. Until you believe it, girl. Fake it till you make it. Because if you hear something enough, you will believe it. Every morning while you're getting ready, please understand that those times in the morning that you're getting ready, if you're putting on makeup or you're doing your hair, that's the time to be just giving yourself all that love, all that tea. Oh my God, let me do my hair. Oh my God, I'm so pretty. I'm so gorgeous. I'm like amazing. Oh my God, the Lord made a masterpiece. Bitch, I am the masterpiece of Michelangelo. Like, just talk all that shit, girl. Right? And just like crack yourself up. Yes, exactly. So Steph said, I say, Lord, why did you make me so fine? Exactly. You see how I'm bringing the hair behind my ear, girl, and I have no hair? That's how beautiful I feel. Yeah? That's it, honey. Oh my God, I'm so amazing. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, that's it. Why? Because everything that you feel like you need, you are going to have to provide for yourself before you allow a man to provide it for you. Why? Because if you don't, and you have some of these voids or these needs that are unfulfilled, any little something that a guy gives you, you're going to like be so thirsty for because you're not able to provide it for yourself. Yeah? So like, especially for those smart girls that were always complimented based on how smart they were, what I often see is like the guys that are like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, it hits them different because they're not told that enough when they were growing up. And so they're gonna gag on that. And the guys that are telling you that shit, they're the lowest of the low because they're about the physicality. They're not about the totality of you as a woman. So you got to give yourself the things that you're looking for from a man so that when you're with a man, he's going to have to meet what you're giving yourself or exceed it. Yeah? I love it. Y'all giving that affirmations in the chat. I'm literally the baddest. Someone said I twerk in the mirror. Chin said, I love when you tuck your hair behind your ears. I know, girl, it just gets in my face. So I have 2 daughters, and I'm always tucking hair behind their ears too, girl, because I don't have it, girl, but I wish I did. Yeah? But that's tea, honey. I don't know. Jennifer was said, hair behind the ears taking me out. Why, girl? Is it because of my beauty? K8 said, confidence is the best makeup. 100%. 100%. Bree Gam said, what should I look for in a therapist to help me become more vulnerable as a plus-size brown girl? Well, you can definitely join my program if that's something that you're interested in. I actually just had a meeting with a woman that's offboarding with me, and she was saying that she has gained more from my program versus years of therapy because we actually did the work. We put it into action, right? We didn't just talk about it. We did it. And that's really important, especially for Black and brown bodies, because our nervous systems are so always on high alert. And so you're going to have to do the things that you're scared of to calm your nervous system and to have proof of possibility that you're safe doing things that you were deathly afraid of. And unfortunately, for many therapists, it's more of an intellectual exercise, especially for smart women, than it is like that significant healing that needs to happen. Coach Erica loves it. You is smart, you is kind. Girl, if those are your affirmations, Viola, honey, go ahead and do it, honey. Chingona said, is your program one-on-one? So I have two programs. My VIP program is more personalized and has the one-on-one. And then my Get Your Guy Club is more of a group container, group coaching. Rofisana said, I hear men are visual all the time. I did a video about this. If men were so visual, they would have better fashion sense and their homes would be immaculate and beautiful. Men's brains are actually more directional so that they can find prey. And like, please understand that when they're looking at you, yeah, there's a bit of visual, but it's mostly to hunt you, girl. Yeah. So I don't really truly believe it. Women are more visual than men. Let's see what y'all are talking about. Tatiana said, I really need to start for real. You do. Every morning when you're ready, honey. And every night when you do in that nighttime skincare routine, same shit, bitch. No shade. Yeah? When you putting on that moisturizer or whatever you put on in the nighttime, honey, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so beautiful. Oh my God, I can't wait till I get this beauty sleep, honey. It's gorgeous. Rest this body, honey. Right? Exactly. Someone said, lace what lace? Or, look at this lace, sweetie. Pretty. Pretty. Lace on lace on lace on lace. Own all of that lace, honey. Not, Chef Pizza said, I'd rather come here than therapy. Dreamy said, you preaching now. Miss E said, so many gems he's spitting. Heather99 said, I love that where we provide ourselves with everything. You have to first. You have to. And many of you all aren't doing that. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Daphne Speaks said, that's me, smart girl duped by good game. Game is lame. Yeah? Monique Sherry said, we are in church. This is a sliver of what it sounds like and feels like to be in my program. I know y'all think I'm giving you everything, honey. I'm giving you 5% of what I give in my program. I try to make sure that the free stuff that I give to the public is better than everybody's paid stuff. Yeah, so that you understand what it looks like and what it can be when you really do this work. Because the work works. I can't, as a dating coach, tell you when you're going to get your guy. But what I can do is make sure that when your guy comes, you're ready for him. You're ready. You are the woman that is ready to get into the best relationship of your life. Yeah? That's what it's about. That's what I do. That's my intention as a dating coach. Okay? And I will breathe my last breath doing this shit. Please believe. When all this hair is gray or non-existent, and I got nothing but wrinkles all up in here, girl, giving raisin, I'm still gonna be talking this shit. Yeah? Because I need y'all to hear it. Okay? Good. Karma said, walk like you own the room. 100%. One of the things that we do on my program is we figure out how each woman can get into what we call their main character energy. You can't meet guys offline until you understand how to get into your main character energy and how to understand your flirt style. So these are things that we do within the program so that, engaging with men offline is not as difficult as it may feel like. Jess Me Up said, can white women join the program? Totally can. Totally can. Definitely book a call and see if it's a fit, right? Poison Ivy said, is it true that people don't end up marrying their type? Here's what I know. I know that your type is probably not your type. A lot of people do marry their type and then get divorced from their type in 2 years because their type isn't their husband. Right? There's a difference between marrying your dream guy and your husband. In my program, I help women find their husband. Donna said, I'm gifting myself your coaching for my birthday. I love that. So many women do that, especially when they turn either like 30, 40, or 50. It's like a present to themselves. Yeah. Miss Taylor Gang said, do you work with lesbian? I work with all women, honey. All of them. Trans, lesbian, straight, black, white, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, honey. Yeah. If you want to join the program, go to the my bio link and book a consultation call. Okay. With Mary Benoit said, why are you calling me out like that, divorcing after 2 years? I've been doing this work for 14 years, so I've seen it all, I've coached it all. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Ashley M said, I can't with you. Why, girl? Let me see what y'all are talking about. Let me see what time it is, honey, because I'm so pretty. I have to have my beauty sleep. Yeah? Oh my God. Girl, it's almost midnight over here. You know what that means? Cinderella's gonna turn into something you don't want to see, honey. It's about to get severe up in here. K8 said, you're stunning and brilliant. Love that you own it. Thank you. It's taken a lot of work to get to where I am. Yeah, I'm still working just like everybody else. But I will tell you this. I had to do 2 years of work before I found my person. Like significant work. Intentional work. The work is worth it. And for many of us it is so easy for us to just give money away to family and friends, but we won't do it for ourselves. That's an opportunity. One of the biggest things that I hear in terms of women that generally follow me for a while but don't like invest in my programs or anything, and that's totally fine if you're not ready, but it's because they're not used to investing in themselves and giving to themselves. That's a problem. Because if you can't give to yourself, you're going to give to your man in a relationship, and you're going to attract takers and not givers or providers. So you have to learn how to be self-centered and selfish, which doesn't come naturally, especially if you're someone of color, because that's just not how we grow up. Yeah? Angel said, when I say Anwar has changed my life. Awesome. Happy about that. Sarah said, what's the name of your podcast? It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. Yeah. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Chingona said, do you teach how to remain independent although be in the feminine? You can't be independent and in your feminine. Those are literally the opposite. What I teach my clients is how to balance their energies. That's what I teach them. So that you can find a man who is what I call an alphabet man. Both emotionally available, but still has that true masculine energy. But you gotta have a certain level of feminine energy as well. Let me see what you all are talking about. Missy said, protect Anwar at all costs. Thank you, girl. Q1, they really tried to come for me. I had hit pieces against me. But what I learned, and this is why I talk about how it can be scary to be seen, because it can be very polarizing. But please understand, like, when you're dating and you're being polarizing, like, that's what you want to be. You want people to love you or hate you, right? So you can see, like, what their true colors are, and you can find your person. Some of y'all trying to act like Switzerland, super neutral, super cute and mute, don't want to push the boundaries. Don't do that, girl. Don't do that, girl. Speak your piece. I got a lot of shit in Q1 when I was talking about Nigerian men, and last year when I was talking about light-skinned dudes, right? That's my truth, and that is what I felt like I needed to share with my ladies out there. I got a lot of shit for it, but I truly believe that it was worth it, because a lot of women felt seen and heard or understood. And I just want to offer that, because to have success in your dating life, you're going to have to take a stance on things. He's got to know where you stand. And when you're able to take a stance, you get to see how he responds to your opinion, your stance. Is there alignment or not? A lot of y'all are acting like that girl and coming to America, hopping on one foot. Whatever you like, whatever you want, right? Can't do that, girl. Can't do that. You got to take a stance, and sometimes it has to go against the person that you're talking to. Yeah. Thank y'all for so much love. I am Jekka said, this is your ministry for sure. Thank you. Donna said, and I love your podcast. Thank you, girl. We put our heart and soul up in that thing, honey. We really do. Tatiana says, is there captions? I don't know how I can put captions in this live. If you know, let me know. Whit said, this man is amazing. Thank you, girl. Thank y'all so much. Uba said, what was the intentional work? I had to do 2 years of work. I had to heal my father wound. I had to set boundaries in my relationships. I was giving too much. When you give too much, you can never find someone to provide for you. You can't find a provider when you're providing for everybody else. I had to learn that I was enough. that I didn't have to pay for love through actions, energy, time, or money. I had to do other kinds of work that was actually serving me more. I had to get away from narcissistic relationships. I had to heal my abandonment wound. I had to heal my parentification wound. I had to heal my codependency. Yeah? That was the work. And it was tough. I had to open my heart. Girl, I had walls. I had walls. And the gag about walls is you think that you're protecting yourself when you have these walls, but you're really not. The only people that will cross your walls or climb them are burglars and thieves. Regular people will walk by them. A regular guy, he's not going to climb your walls. That's not his job. Yeah? You're actually going to attract more narcissists and toxic people who are going to think of your walls as a challenge to take from you. So I had to learn that. I had to learn that I don't need walls. I need boundaries. And a boundary is not having a tall-ass wall where nobody can actually see the mansion that's behind it. What it looked like was lowering that wall so people can see me, and if somebody comes on my property, my boundary is to call the police. Yeah? So, that's what it looks like. Someone's saying, go ahead and let us know your therapist so we can heal. Here's what I know. Come into this program and we'll help you heal. Yeah? Katie Marie said, appreciate your vulnerability. It's empowering. This is what it takes. I know that if I was still in the place before, I would have never allowed myself to be seen, to deeply connect with someone else. So I'm sharing that with you because I do think it's important. Like you said, how long did it take you to heal? 2 years. I mean, I'm not fully healed. No one's fully healed. But I did the majority of the work in that 2-year period. Yeah. Taiwan is saying Anwar is over here doing God's work. Thank you, girl. I'm just sharing my truth. I did go to a therapist for a little bit of that time, maybe 3 to 4 months. But understand, there are a variety of different resources out there for you. Now, you don't have to work with me or a dating coach or even a therapist, right? What I think the value add is that another person, a mentor, will be able to see your blind spots immediately, focus on them so that your healing and your work can get accelerated. So instead of 6 years to find a guy, it might take you 6 months. That's the value out of it. Yeah. But you can do it on your time too. Someone asked, do you coach men seeking men? I don't. And thank y'all so much here on TikTok for the 145,000 likes. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, ladies. I hope that this was helpful for you as you continue on your dating journeys. If you want to work with me, definitely book a call or keep on coming to these lives and subscribe to my podcast, the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. It's everywhere where you listen to podcasts. Okay. Someone said I discovered I was coping and not healing. That's a word. Yes, honey, gotta get this beauty sleep. Yeah. All right, my loves, be well, and I will talk with you soon enough. Alrighty. Bye-bye.